Rogan Report podcast. Check it out.
All things Joe Rogan by day. Rogan Report podcast by night. All day. All night. Half hour to an hour-ish episodes once a week.
The Rogan Report podcast.
All right, Shane, welcome to the conversation.
Glad to be back.
And welcome, listeners. Good to have you back. My microphone is way louder than yours.
Yeah, is mine even on?
I don't know. I don't see very much from you.
We're doing this again.
You got it on
it's
now?
Not on.
Okay.
No,
At least you caught it pretty early this time. Yeah, those levels. Everything was all put away, and I have a feeling that when my girlfriend grabbed the mixer, she twisted all the dials.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Am I making movements now? I still don't hear myself.
Yeah, now it looks good. I could turn that up a little bit. Is that better?
No, I
Check.
still don't hear it.
Check.
I wonder if there's a problem with my... if I'm moving the bar, that's all that matters. I can hear myself a little bit now.
Yeah. Which one is you? This one?
Is that... Yeah, there we go.
That better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Sweet. We're dialed in.
Ah, man, I should cut that out. That was not an entertaining 35 seconds of beginning to the podcast.
Yeah.
But super entertaining week of Joe Rogan's.
Yeah.
Starting with 12:33, Brian Cox.
Yep.
He's coming to Edmonton. Jeff and I, a friend of the podcast, Jeff Campano, and I are planning to go see him. He's at the Jubilee. That's like $65-ish
Oh, wow.
a ticket. So not cheap, but
Just
I
a
don't know.
talk, I guess.
Yeah, talking about the universe, I imagine, and,
Yeah.
and particle physics.
Are you going to bring in a recording device and illegally steal that talk so we can hear it here on the Rogan Report?
I don't know.
Probably not, eh?
Hadn't considered it. Man, I love his like soothing voice and light accent.
Yeah.
Did you watch that one or did you just listen?
I always only listen for
Yeah.
the most part, yeah.
He looks like the world's oldest 15-year-old.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's 50. I looked it up, but he's got the haircut of like literally a 15-year-old.
Isn't it funny how much that accent can vary?
Yeah.
The English
His
accent?
is pretty light.
Pretty nice, yeah.
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 Yeah, it's the like real Cockney one.
Oh, it
All
gets-
right, come up, chops, You're like,
Like,
whoa.
it can go from pretty attractive to really
Yeah.
not attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, Brian Cox, very attractive.
Yeah.
Very attractive. He is, I guess for listeners who aren't sure, he's an English physicist, professor of particle physics in the School of Physics and Astronomy at the University of Manchester in the United Kingdom. And tickets for Brian Cox Universal Adventures in Space and Time available in U.S. and Canada. You go to his website, which is like profbriancoxlive.com or briancoxlive.co.uk.
Yeah.
It's weird that they do that 2 dot things at the end. .co.uk.
Yeah.
Couldn't you just go .uk? What do you need the co in there for?
Is that like their .ca, basically?
I guess.
Their
yeah.
country thing?
Yeah, but why wasn't it just .uk?
I don't know.
And we don't have to have a .co.ca.
Maybe it's an extra security measure of some sort.
Maybe.
I know
Sounds-
very little about that.
Sounds made up to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were talking about using that like Large Hadron Collider and the advances in science and technology and
Black
going
holes.
to
and-
black holes, what it would take to get out there in the universe and get to other planets.
Yeah.
That's always the most fascinating stuff. I love
so
listening to that.
fascinating.
I wish I could remember all of it. Like
Yeah.
I have such a terrible memory for statistics and I can sort of remember topics that they talked about, but then when I try to expand on anything, I'm telling my friends at work, I heard this on a podcast. I have no idea what any of the numbers are behind it, but it was impressive. Trust me.
Yeah.
When I heard the numbers, I was impressed. And they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess we'll take that. Take your word for it. I'm like, yeah, they were good numbers.
I guess that's why he's the one that's the spokesperson out
Yeah.
there selling it.
Yeah, not me. That's for sure.
So, but when it comes down to it, something like that, to travel through space to, like, for example, Alpha Centauri, like they talked about, that's a huge undertaking, and we're nowhere near.
We're nowhere near, but we could be like within a year of it any time, right? Because it's like all it takes is that one crazy advancement. Oh, all we have to do is bend the fabric of space like this.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, duh. And
But that's
then-
what they say, like, here's the concept, now go ahead and just build it. What's the problem?
Yeah.
Here's the physics, just
Well,
build it.
yeah, we already know, I guess, that the physics work for it.
But
But what I'm saying is like that advancement that gets us that technology is just one invention away that we don't know.
No,
that we
that's the truth.
Haven't seen coming.
All you have to do is look at the last 20 years.
Yeah, totally.
30 or whatever, even 5. Yeah, exactly. You can narrow it right down, and it's gotten really crazy in the last 5.
The last 15 seconds have been nuts.
No, it's legit though.
I don't know.
Somewhere in the world, some shit just went down.
Something is happening somewhere.
A clone was born or some shit.
That do you ever follow that I fucking love science page on?
I don't follow it, but it comes right across my shit anyway.
Yeah,
yeah.
I follow that one. I haven't seen much from it actually lately.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go investigate.
Is that a pretty legit poster?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They they take from like journals and from all over National Geographic, and it's just more of a beacon where people go and post things, I think.
Yeah.
Well, and they have somebody there must be curating it, and they're finding articles and posting them as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I liked that they were talking about how old the universe was and how the oldest light that we can see is like whatever 14 billion years old.
And that's only what we can see.
Yeah. And
that's when that bang happened. That doesn't mean that was clearly not the beginning, because a bang doesn't just happen.
Yeah. And well, they know that there was 300 or 400 years before the bang, or 60 years, or see, again, I have no idea what the numbers were, but they knew that there was a time before the bang while everything was just incubating, and there could be no light because of some reason that I don't remember.
Oh man.
But yeah, it was like some primordial ooze, and then all of a sudden bang, and then the universe started expanding, and 14 billion years later, here we are.
Dude, for the uneducated, that might as well be the Bible. Like that's
yeah, true.
All that is so far from like my actual concept of.
A lot of Christians do say that like, yeah, big God did that. That was God. God did the Big Bang.
Something did the swirl that made the thing that did the pop.
It was God.
and here we are.
Yeah.
On this tiny rock in this far-flung universe.
And maybe I do subscribe to the fact that maybe there's something like, I'm relatively agnostic, I would say. Grew up, my dad was a pastor, and I was raised Lutheran. I'm sure we've talked about this. Never really bought it. Stopped going to church when I was like 13 or 14. But I have had experiences that I would consider spiritual, where I've felt connected to things bigger than myself. And
for sure.
And
yeah,
I don't know. So I kind of just believe that there is something out there greater that we aren't aware of, and nothing can be known of, and that people capitalize on. They know that much, and we have this, I don't know, this need for explaining things.
Right.
That so the people are always trying to come up, oh, this is the explanation, and then some people are nefarious and they use that to their advantage and start cults and take everyone's money and fuck everyone's wives.
Yeah.
And then other people, I think, do genuinely believe the ideas that they come up with.
Yeah.
And they start cults and take everyone's money and fuck everyone's wives.
Well, some of it's crazy. Like the most, like a really recent one is Scientology.
Yeah.
He literally just made it up, and now it's huge. I mean,
Yeah.
It's less huge than it was.
It's on the decline.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the property, they own something like, they're the second largest property owner in all of California or something like that.
Right.
They're ballin' ass rich.
But how about the biggest fucking cult there is, the Roman Catholic Church?
Oof.
I went to Catholic school right up till high school, and when I met you.
I remember.
Yeah.
St. Mark's, right?
I went to St. Mark's, with a lot of the same friends we've got.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that about enough. I think we've had about enough of the Catholic Church. We could just stop that.
Maybe learned what we've going to learn from it.
Yeah.
Well, there's just too much dirty shit going on.
Yeah.
And Joe brings this up quite a bit too. It's like, I mean,
if it was NASCAR, it would have been an end.
People get upset about all this other shit in the world. There's kid fucking organization.
Yeah.
That hides it and protects their members and moves them around. Like it's fucked up.
It really is.
Beyond fucked up.
I don't know how you fix it. If you could just stop all of that, let priests marry, or fathers. Are they priests? I think they are. Catholic priests.
Yeah. Has there been anything that hurts the Christian belief more than the Catholic Church when you think about it through history? Like, it made it known, but also look what the reputation it's given to it.
The Spanish Inquisition was no picnic.
It hasn't been good. There's been some rough times.
I guess the Spanish Inquisition was Catholic as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
not good.
There's a lot of dark shit.
You
The
heard it here
Crusades.
first, folks.
Yeah.
Catholic Church is not good.
Yeah. Read a book, fellas.
Let's move on to David Sinclair, episode 1234. This one is fascinating, too. One of the smartest people that I've heard on the podcast. He's a PhD. AG is a PhD AO. I guess AO is one of his titles. He's a professor in the Department of Genetics and co-director of the Paul F. Glenn Center for Biology of Aging at Harvard Medical School. Best known for his work on understanding why we age and how to slow its effects.
The fucking scientist.
Yeah, he's like experimenting on himself with some like crazy newfangled stuff, and like seems to be working. And
This shit, I love this shit.
are you gonna get some of that?
I'm not dying.
Fair enough.
Just saying.
Are
I
you
hope
gonna
I'm in
buy
the group.
supplements that he's talking about.
No, I mean, they're probably expensive. I would try that shit, though, for
Yeah.
sure. You know?
I started taking vitamin D again
Did you?
after that podcast. Yeah, I had a bottle in my like medicine cabinet for
Is that the sun one? The one that you
Yeah.
got? Okay.
yeah, and I figure like it's winter right now. It's minus 50,000 in Edmonton, and so we're spending a lot less. Haven't been going to the dog park for the last week and a half at all, and spending less time outside.
Well, it's too
So-
fucking cold for the dog even out there.
Yeah, she's just limping around.
You gotta get her some booties.
Yeah, we do. She won't get the
They're a
one.
fucking pain in the ass, aren't they?
Yeah, it's a real.
I have a pair of
And then
booties for my dog.
As soon
too.
as we get one on, and we start working on the other, she pulls the one that we got on off.
My dog
So,
acts like
I don't
her
know.
leg no longer works when it's on. She
Yeah.
just goes, "Eh." She like literally lets her paw fold and she'll just fall on her stupid fucking face. I'm like, hey, asshole, you can't even poop.
Yeah.
We can't be outside for 10 seconds without lifting our paws.
We have gotten good though about hyping Dolly up at the door. Like, okay, Dolly, you're gonna go downstairs and you're gonna go real fast. And then we open the door and she just runs down the stairs
It just does it?
and just does it. Yeah,
Oh, man.
she's been pretty good. And when it's warm out, she'll like go out on the deck and she'll just like sniff the air for 5 minutes and like just saunter around the yard. But now that it's been cold, she's been pretty good about getting out there, doing her business, getting back up.
My dog Lucci, she needs to fucking do a path. She needs
Yeah.
to do the path 15 times. Oh, pooped here already? Nope. Next. For like literally 5 minutes, no matter how cold it is. It drives me absolutely crazy.
You guys have a little bit of a yard there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And are you going out there and picking up those bad boys, or are you just letting them?
No, that's gonna be
that's a spring job.
that's gonna be a disaster. Come spring. A wasteland.
Presumably, you guys aren't there anymore.
Well, we'll probably still be there. Fuck. This time we're gonna have to deal with the aftermath.
well,
Last year, though, we moved into a place where we moved right at the end of winter.
yeah.
So our dog managed to put a few out. And once the snow, we were like, oh my God, these guys had a dog, obviously. So karma, I guess.
I see.
But what are you going to do, man, when they get frozen into the fucking mountain of
Yeah, you
poop and
can't
snow?
get them out. It's
Good
not-
luck. I'm
yeah.
not going out with an ice pick mining poops. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, it is a real challenge.
By the way, we're in the grips of a fucking ice age here in Edmonton
Yeah.
and all of Canada, actually.
Yeah, it's been ranging in, I don't know, some of the minus 50 temperatures with wind
Ridiculous.
chills I've seen. Like, I think the average in Edmonton has been minus 30, minus 35.
Yeah.
Definitely some minus 20 days where you're like, oh, minus 20.
Good
Not
luck
bad.
getting your lettuce from your car to your house without it going bad when it's that cold.
Yeah.
Literally, fucking froze my lettuce from the car to the house.
That was some weak ass lettuce.
Oh, terrible.
Gotta buy some better lettuce, Shane.
Isn't it funny that we have lettuce? Think about way before there was shipping and stuff. There wouldn't be no fucking lettuce here right now. Right?
I don't know.
The
There's-
wasteland here in the winter.
I suppose, yeah.
Like, how would people live here before? You killed
You'd grow it
deer
in
and
the-
shit.
Yeah, you grow the lettuce. You eat all the vegetables in the summertime.
Yeah.
And then when winter comes, you just eat
You eat animals
whale blubber.
and potatoes.
Yeah.
Moldy old fucking wrinkly potatoes.
Jarred and salted goods.
I think about that sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going back to the old ways.
There's been a lot of decrying of people that protest the oil this week because, well, where would you be without the oil, everybody?
Yeah.
There's this argument, and then there's also the fucking, I thought it was global warming. That
Yeah.
fucking argument, too.
Yeah, that's stupid. Like, no, there's still seasons. you
Has
idiot.
anybody ever read a book ever?
Yeah.
Like,
It's not how, well, it's
For
not
fuck's sake.
climate change. They don't even use global warming anymore, actually, because it's climate change,
Yeah.
is different.
Yeah.
I just watched, did you see that new It's not Ali G, but Sacha Baron Cohen has that new Who Is America
I
show.
haven't. No.
Oh, it's pretty good. It's basically Ali G.
Oh yeah.
And he's got 4 or 5 different characters. And he's out there talking to real Americans. Some of it is so outrageous that you're like, okay, I feel like this person knows and is playing along.
Yeah.
Because some of it is just like, there's this one where he's got these 3 guys and he's going to teach them how to, they're going to catch some like rapist Mexicans or something. So they like dress one of the guys up as a teenage Mexican girl, and they're going to have a quinceañera, which is like the Mexican sort of bar mitzvah
Oh yeah.
for a girl. And so he's hiding in a cake, and he's got a fake gun, and he's dressed up like a girl, and they have these like a fake vagina that's sewn onto the outside of some panties.
Oh boy.
And then the police come,
Oh,
and they're like, "What are you guys doing?" And they have this big sign out that says like "Young girls."
Oh, no.
Like, yeah, just the most ridiculous shit. And it was pretty funny, but I'm like, there's no way they're going along with this without knowing that it's like
Yeah.
that it's crazy and that
Right.
that it's a joke. I would think.
Yeah.
If they didn't think it was a joke and they're actually going along with it because they think it's serious, then those guys need to be put down.
Yeah. Good Lord.
Anyways, David Sinclair, never gonna die.
That's a plan. I mean, I'm gonna have to get a lot richer probably to
Yeah.
get in on that group. But
Or you just let them test.
do you
Test
think the
things.
person that's alive right now that's gonna live like to 150 or beyond, or who knows how
yeah,
old?
I definitely think 150 for
Yeah.
sure. I don't know about like eternally. I
Well,
don't know. It's weird because if they are able to stop aging, then what will be the new thing that when you're 200 years old does kill you?
yeah, right. That's weird to think about.
It's impossible to go 200 years without getting an axe to the head or
To
something
me,
like that.
the whole process of the body is cells being like reborn and dying constantly,
Yeah,
right?
every
So
7 years they say, right? Every
how's
cell
that
in your
going to
body.
work? We're going to make zombies right quick here.
I don't know.
Keep fucking with aging.
I really liked also though they talked about how if with this anti-aging that we could have dogs that just live the same amount of time as us,
Right.
and instead of getting a dog, part of your family you have for 10 years, and then the fucking thing kicks the bucket.
That gets weird
That's
too, right?
just a part of our life is that we.
But they say that they age at like 7 times the rate. It actually varies from dog to dog, but
yeah.
generally it's 7 years, right? How wise is a dog going to be that's the same age as us, only times 7? That thing would be like a master splinter, like wise man.
I wonder.
Imagine the knowledge inside that thing.
I don't know if it works that way.
I don't know if it does,
I
but
don't know if they accrue.
maybe dogs
knowledge.
aren't supposed to live that long.
Maybe we're gonna find out. I hope.
They're
Um,
definitely not a wild animal, though. Like, I'm sure you've noticed with your dog, like, you can communicate with that thing in a strange way, like
Oh yeah, for sure.
through eye contact and just tones, and they're definitely more than just an animal to me.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And you do develop such a strong bond with them in a short amount of time.
Mhm.
Whereas, imagine if you had a dog that lived 60 years with you, and like that's your dog that's been your dog for 60 years. Like that's a foreign concept.
Oh yeah,
To me, and I hope that we get to see that.
that'd be so cool.
I was almost more excited for that than I was for them making people not age.
My dog's coming up on 6 years here, and I'm already starting to like
Yeah.
feel what that's gonna feel like. Like, I don't
Yeah.
even like to say it out loud. Like,
mine too, and I watch her walking and her hips are kind of getting a little,
yeah.
speak of the
Speak
devil.
of the devil, yeah.
She is. There must be a rabbit outside or some kind of bullshit. And then, see, I get sentimental for her, and then she does something like this. I'm like, all right, yeah, she can go. 3 in the morning and barking at something outside. God damn it, dog.
We have some cats, and some of the older, with 3, and 2 of them are getting old,
Oh,
and
yeah.
one in particular is getting old and fucking cranky. Like, the
Is-
thing's never happy.
Does it meow all the time then?
Just
Shit.
annoyedly, if you walk near it, if one of the other cats tries to look at it or anything, it just sits there kind of growling constantly.
Really?
Yeah. And that one, I'm like, okay, well, we've almost lived our
Had a good run.
time to go.
Yeah.
Is there a farm around? Like,
I thought you were just supposed to put him in a bag and throw him in the water.
that's what they used to do, man. This shit's dark what people used to do to animals.
Yeah. There's a lyric. I play this song called Drugs Don't Work by
Mhm.
The Verve. And there's a lyric in it that's like a cat in a bag, waiting to drown.
Oh,
This
shit.
time I'm coming down. And I'm like, every time I sing that song, I'm like, man, this is a dark fucking lyric.
I couldn't even imagine.
They still probably do. I don't understand why. Who had the idea for that? Like, oh shit, we had a litter of cats. Just throw them in a bag and throw them in the river.
I don't want to have to see it or deal with it. I'm just gonna throw it out there and let them drown
Yeah, I guess.
away from my sight.
Is that the reason why?
Not even to give it the respect of watching it die.
Why not just let them be wild out in the wild and
Well, 'cause
let nature take its course?
That was a legit concern, probably, especially for country people, right? Because if you do that, the cats are just going to home up in your barn, and you'll have like an army of them sooner or later.
Yeah, but then you don't have any mice, and like,
But who kills the
aren't-
cats, though?
aren't they good for? Oh, coyotes do eventually.
Then you have coyotes everywhere,
But I guess maybe.
and then they take the chickens too, and
Mm,
and then maybe it's wolves come in. I don't know. I'm sure there's a good reason for it
That's
if you
why
go back.
maybe I don't know. I guess I hadn't really thought about
Plus,
it.
some people just hate them some cats. Let's be honest.
It seems to me like whoever had the idea for it was just like a sadistic person. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I just don't want to take care of these cats.
I never understand people that hate a certain animal
I
like
don't
that.
want them to be alive anymore.
Yeah, it's weird.
I do have sort of a love hate or a love to hate relationship with cats where I have some friends that are super into cats and I've been able to like capitalize on their love of cats by like
Someone's got to
fuck them.
counter
Yeah,
this.
Yeah, totally. I got this book called How to Kill Cats, and it was just a book of all these different crazy contraptions that you could use to like cut cats' heads off and stuff. And I gave it to one of my friends, and it was it's cartoon, it's not real.
Oh, that's good.
It's a cartoon book.
Would have been a PETA issue otherwise.
Drawings, not photographs. But yeah, really funny, really funny book. And I wish I never gave it to her, and I wish I kept it for myself. I think about that book every once in a while. I'm like, fuck, I'd like to read that again.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's David Sinclair. Listen to that one. One of the smartest people ever to be on Rogan.
Definitely.
Most of the people on Rogan are smarter than me, but that guy was exceptionally smarter than me.
Yep.
Ben Greenfield. So this would have been what 1235. So Ben Greenfield, he's a coach, author, speaker, ex-bodybuilder, and Ironman triathlete. In 2008, he was voted as Personal Trainer of the Year by the National Strength and Conditioning Association and recognized as the top 100 most influential people in health in 2013. And so, yeah, he's pretty into like optimization and trying to do. He's got like he's got a desk where he like stands on a treadmill at his desk and has meetings.
Yeah.
One of those like guys that just is trying to always make themselves better, and I admire that.
Absolutely.
But I was bored listening to it. I was like, fucking, I'm not gonna get a fucking treadmill desk. Get out of here with your bullshit.
I thought if I was like on a kick right now, which I'm absolutely not. I'm actually on the opposite of a kick. I'm eating whatever the fuck I want right now and just enjoying it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was tough. Maybe that's what it is, though, right? You
just
feel
feel bad.
guilty listening to it, kind of.
Probably.
Yeah.
I am on. You know what? I'm on some of a kick because I'm not drinking,
Mhm.
and I haven't had a drink since what was it, January 14th,
Oh shit!
after my vacation. And the plan is to go till our St. Patty's Day shows, the week St. Patty's Day weekend. We have a show on Friday. I think I'll probably have a couple of drinks at that show, and then certainly on St. Patty's Day, which is a Sunday this year, I'm going to have some drinks there.
Yeah.
So that's like basically 2 months of not drinking. I did a month for Sober October, but I kind of feel like because I'm like not drinking, I'm like, well, I'm giving myself extra treats.
Oh,
with food and stuff. I'm like, I deserve this cupcake, damn it.
Yeah.
Which is not good. I should be trying to do the extra healthy things because I'm not drinking. I'm doing this great healthy thing for myself. I don't want to be counteracting that healthy thing.
Grabbing a different crutch type thing.
I shouldn't be, but
Yeah.
In the moment, I'm like, whatever, fuck it.
Fuck, man, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I wonder how much it's probably still better though, because especially if you're looking at things from a keto perspective, a low carb perspective, drinking beer is really not good.
Oh yeah,
It's straight up like that's all that shit is.
yeah. No, it's a lot of extra calories, and it's also for me. even though I'm not eating like super clean,
Mhm.
I'm definitely eating better because if I drink a dozen beers in a night, then I don't make good decisions
Then
about
it's
eating
donairs
either.
and
Yeah,
pizzas and
exactly.
wings and whatever.
So it's not like I was drinking but eating super clean.
Mhm.
Those two things never go hand in hand.
Right.
I can quit drinking and then I can also quit drinking and eat clean. But I'm eating cleaner probably still now than I was, and I'm not eating clean at all.
Well, I'm gonna get back there here.
Okay. Well, me too.
Once a week here, I buy a bag of avocados, and I'm like, all right, tomorrow we're getting back to avocados and eggs.
Yeah. I love avocados and eggs.
I do too, but you can definitely kill those things if you eat them too much and plainly, like I was doing with keto. Like I was straight up just eating avocados and eggs all the time.
Salt and pepper.
Yeah, salt, pepper, lemon juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is good, really
Yeah,
good.
It is good.
But if you eat that too much, it's
A lot
not
better
good.
on toast.
Yeah, I still have never squashed it up on toast.
No, that is the way to do it.
It sounds good though.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Yeah.
Well, MMA show 57, TJ Dillashaw. So, 2-time and current UFC bantamweight champion TJ Dillashaw.
Yeah.
And they talked a lot about the recent controversy.
Yeah.
And the stoppage
And he's adamant that it was a bad stoppage.
yeah.
And
I think
looking back, I can see that argument.
Totally. Yeah.
I don't think it was the most egregious stop.
No,
ever.
he was getting hit, but
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, I think we've talked about this already.
Yeah.
But like I said, if it was a heavyweight and he was taking those kind of shots, I'm like,
No, you'd have been
yeah, like okay,
Yeah.
stop it. But at that weight class, that you just know that's not damaging him as much, and that's kind of shitty, I guess. And it was definitely quick. I don't think he was never unconscious. He was trying to get back.
He could have kept fighting.
He could have, and maybe he would have got put away, maybe not. But would have been nice to know with a degree of certainty.
And now he wants that again. He wants them to run it back
Yeah.
at 125, and of course,
It was a good
Cejudo now
podcast.
wants it at 135. But
Yeah,
no, it was a good podcast. TJ is maybe the most scientific fighter in the UFC.
yeah,
He is 100% dialed in with everything.
totally. And that's largely his team. He was given all the credit essentially to his coaches.
Win or lose, man, he's one of my favorite right now.
Yeah,
And that was an undertaking, man, to go down to that weight.
yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah,
Because he's a guy that could go up to 145 if
Totally.
he wanted to.
yeah. And he was saying that he felt better than he had ever felt, even at any of his 135 fights. He felt like he was in absolute peak condition.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
But that's not all his life is either. Like, he's smart. He's setting himself up in other ways.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he likes to go fishing and
Yeah.
do other things. And
yeah.
I assume that he'll get into the coaching and training because he's got that mindset. Like I imagine he'll probably get into that when he stops
Oh, for sure.
fighting.
Yeah. And that's another thing about him and his coach, Dwayne Ludwig.
Yeah.
Bang Ludwig.
Yeah.
They've got a real tight relationship there. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
think maybe that you don't see that much anywhere else. Maybe as strong as what they've got.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. TJ.
You think-
They just went deep on TJ,
They didn't. It hasn't been decided, obviously, yet as to whether he's going to fight at 135. Maybe Cejudo will take the fight at 125 again.
Yeah.
Even
If I were Cejudo, I would do it again, just so that there's no question. I wouldn't want
Yeah.
that question mark over my win like that.
Yeah, I kind of agree too. But also he can go up to 35 and then be champ.
Yeah. Well, and I can understand why he wants to do that too. That's
Yeah.
all the rage now.
Yeah, it's both. I can understand him both things, but
Having one belt's like kind of nothing
Yeah,
anymore.
like, well, you got one belt, you piece of shit.
I got 2 belts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's
So,
move on. Last episode of the week was Jack Dorsey, and Joe took a lot of heat for not.
I've been seeing that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought he fucking came with the questions.
great interview. I thought
Totally.
too. I was like, it didn't seem to me like Jack was really evading.
No.
I thought some of the questions Joe was asking, he maybe didn't have answers to legitimately, and so he was kind of giving as much of an answer as he had. That's what
Yeah.
I felt like. I didn't, and I guess Jack has said that he's willing to come back and talk to Joe again.
Yeah.
one of the very next podcasts was Red. Have you listened to any of the ones from this week?
Yeah, I did listen to
Red
just
Band?
the Sebastian one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Red
Same
Band's
day.
up next.
Yeah, same day was Red Band, and they talked a lot about the Jack Dorsey interview.
Oh, really? Okay.
So
I'm
yeah,
actually
definitely
jacked to hear that then.
go listen to that. And Joe kind of addresses the big criticism was that he didn't kind of hold Jack accountable. Apparently, some right-wing voices are being silenced. People that are on the right are being like banned for racist things, when people on the left are also doing racist things and not getting banned for it. And there's like not an equality there. And
So I can see how some people are a little miffed with Jack's explanation of that, because it was kind of circumspect a little bit.
But it's also possible that he doesn't, like, he's not, and one thing they said when he was talking to Rogan, like, I'm sure Jack isn't there making the call on who's banned and who isn't banned.
He's not there running the ship himself.
Yeah, he's got a team that is making those decisions.
He's not doing any of that anymore.
And some of it might be people have biases,
Mm-hmm.
and people that are working there, I'm sure that those biases are affecting, and some of it is, but also a lot of people on the right are fucking racist and are cunts.
Yeah, let's be honest.
Like that's what I see when I look at both, and I try to be as objective as I possibly can. And I've had to admit to myself that I'm way more right wing than I kind of believed all my life. But also when I see a lot of, like, there was this letter in, did you see this? The letter sent to this mosque in Edmonton, and it was like signed from the UCP. It wasn't sent from the UCP. Jason Kenney, the candidate, has denounced, I guess, the letter, but it was like sent by like crazy racists saying like, hey, you're in Canada, don't be Muslim, you guys are fucking idiots, you're going to fall in line, Jason Kenney's going to take back Alberta, and
Jesus,
we're white, we are Christian, and get in line or get out. And I was like, one, I don't think that Islam is the best thing in the world.
No,
but like, I also don't think that racism is the best thing in the world.
Yeah,
and we need to find a way to, like that letter's not doing anyone any favors.
Islam's got its problems, but like we were saying before about the Catholic Church, hello, so does Christianity.
Totally.
Like, let he who throws the first stone be fucking innocent.
And it reminded me too of that quote. Not all like right-wing UCP supporters are racists, but all racists are right-wing UCP supporters.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's up with that, but man, I'm not voting UCP. I don't know.
There was this other thing recently here in Edmonton too, where some guys got in some other guy's face in front of a mosque, and they were wearing
it's like the Odin
infidel. I think it was written in Arabic on his hat.
Yeah, those were sons of Odin, I guess.
Yeah. And now they're part of
linked
this yellow vest thing.
Yeah.
It's weird, man. I got included on that on Facebook. I didn't even agree to it. I was in their fucking group suddenly.
Really?
And I'm like, what? What? I'm not a part of these guys.
Uh-oh.
Because, what? I mean...
How did someone...
But it's a weird thing that's happening.
Yeah.
I mean, this yellow vest group is like pretty borderline racist, right?
Oh, yeah. Very.
Am I wrong?
No. It's definitely racist.
They're not an even-keeled, like... Yeah. It's fucked.
I was... We were talking about changing uniforms at work, and I was like, maybe we should go yellow vests. We'll be very visible to all the customers. But that idea was shot down.
Yeah, you probably have a lot of younger, probably left-leaning types.
Oh, yeah. But also, right, a lot of people, a lot of athletes and a lot of people whose parents have money and are right-wing.
Right.
So it's a big mix, I would say. We don't talk a lot of politics at work.
Yeah, it's probably best not to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So that was the big thing with Jack Dorsey. They talked, he's a computer programmer. It's a crazy, he's the CEO of Twitter and like founder of Square. And I didn't know that Twitter and the Cash App were the same, or he's the CEO of both of them, I guess. And he's fucking 22.
Who is?
What they said? The Jack Dorsey?
He can't be 22.
I thought they said it on the podcast. Is he 32? I swear to God.
Even 32, I feel...
It's insane.
Like...
I'm going to look it up right now. Because I swear I heard 22, and I'm like, 22? So he invented Twitter when he was fucking 9?
Yeah.
Like, what? Because Twitter's been around for a little while. Jack Dorsey. He must have said, maybe he said 42, and it just sounded like 22.
Yeah, it's got to be older than 22.
Net worth $5.2 billion.
Jesus.
He doesn't look 22. I'll tell you that
No,
much.
no, I
But-
saw a picture of him. Yeah,
Let me see here. Let me go to Wikipedia. 5.2 billion. That's so rich.
that's a lot.
Born in 1976. So 42. Maybe that's what they said.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Yeah, age 42.
Jesus,
I heard 22 and I was like, my jaw dropped because I swear to God, I heard it very clear. I didn't think I misheard it. But thinking about it now as I say it, I'm like, there's no way because Twitter's like 13 years old.
it's so fucked up to think about billions like that. 5 billion. You're rich so many more like times over. Like
Yeah.
you're not just rich, like you're rich over and over and over and
Yeah.
over. So rich.
Yeah, it doesn't become about like what kind of things do you buy for yourself. It becomes about like how do you use the. It's like I can't even imagine the like pressure of what that would be because you want to use that to make the world a better place.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to like squander it. You don't want to fuck it up and like invest it in something that makes the world a way worse place.
It'd
So,
probably be far less stressful to get 5 million than it would be to get 5 billion.
I think so. Yeah,
Because 5 million would not stress me out.
No,
I'd
no,
be
no.
really okay with 5 million. I'd spend that shit up real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I would think, I don't know where the sweet spot is. Like, maybe even 5 million might even be too much. Like, 2
Oh, it's
million.
a lot. You'd start buying some weird things probably.
I
But
think that you like enough to kind of take care of your bills, but not so much that you don't have to work anymore. I
yeah,
think like having to work for your money, I think that's healthy. Having to work and earn what you get so that you can live off what you earn. I think that's a healthy thing for human beings to have.
from a sober perspective, without $5 million, I always like to say that I would invest it in myself, into a company or into my future,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
that would be my new job. Like I'm not working for anyone anymore, but I'm still working.
Yeah, I like to think that too. Go back to school, maybe
Yeah.
get a music degree or
Yeah,
Or-
the things that maybe wouldn't get you a lot of money, but would make you really happy
yeah, I wonder.
if you had unlimited money already. You know, it changes your whole thought process and how you outlook on everything when you don't have to make money anymore.
Yeah, I just think that the ability to like do nothing, it's not a good. I don't know,
No, I could fall into a trap
get
there.
a little hermity and a little
Yeah.
like miserly, where you're like, my money, don't take away my
I've got
precious.
to- it's gotta
You're
last
like,
me.
"Ah." Yeah.
Yeah. Where you're down to 3 tea bags a
Yeah,
day and
just
fucking
skeptical of everyone. What?
Yeah.
Why are you calling me?
yeah. What
You
do
can't have
want?
my money.
I've given what I'll give.
Yeah, totally. Like, that. I don't know, and it's
Yeah.
a pitfall I think that happens to people, and they say so many times that lottery winners end up like
Owing
broke
more
again.
than they actually won
Yeah,
is what they say.
and just end up completely broke.
Because the problem with having that much money is now you have like the ability to have so much equity where you can take out such big loans. You can really easily like rack up your debt
Yeah,
if you have that much money. You can go the complete opposite way with it.
it just, and I'm sure no one thinks that they would do that. Like,
No.
everyone's like, oh, I could handle it.
You
I would."
can't understand it until you're fucking living in the bright lights and fucking
It's weird.
yeah. I mean,
But yeah, I've thought about it. I think maybe, even just like 300,000 or 400,000, get the house mostly paid off,
yeah.
buy maybe a couple of toys, and then like,
And for sure, give me 20 grand and see you in a couple weeks. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm gonna go fuck that money up.
yeah, totally, yeah, go on a couple nice trips, I guess, but then like have
Yeah.
to come home and have to keep your job. It's
Yeah.
at the point where you're like, all right, fucking fuck you, boss, I'm out of here. I quit my job. That's I think the point where people get messed up, and then
Yeah,
I don't know.
probably healthiest just to win like 100 grand.
Yeah, totally.
Settle up your debts right now,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Anyways,
Get you a new car, maybe.
Jack Dorsey, good episode. I enjoyed it a lot.
Oh yeah,
He's well spoken, and I'm looking forward to him coming back on talking to Joe again and addressing some of these issues because I hadn't really thought about it. I wasn't super aware. I'm not a big Twitter guy.
I didn't know that everyone was so jacked for him to ask certain questions.
Yeah, me neither.
Actually,
I thought Joe had a really intelligent conversation, and
he's so much in the mainstream this year, man. Joe, like he already was,
Yeah,
but I see him in the news like
Elon Musk.
every time he has a podcast now.
Yeah,
It's
I
crazy.
feel like Elon, that whole thing shot him into the next geosphere. He's too famous.
Yeah. Makes me feel weird. Like,
Yeah.
that's my thing. Fuck y'all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I listened to Joe and that was weird. If people heard you listening to the Joe Rogan Experience, they'd be like, "What are you listening to?
Yeah.
This is weird."
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him.
No,
He
yeah,
seems
definitely.
to be managing it and handling it better than most. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's good. And he's keeping, he's doing the right. He is, I guess, because of his personality, where he gets obsessed with things. Like, he's obsessed with the podcast. He's obsessed with learning new things. He's obsessed with hunting,
Mhm.
and so he's whatever extra money he's getting isn't really changing who he is
Yeah.
as a person, and I appreciate that. So
I'd
thanks,
live his
Joe.
life for a bit. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think he's doing it right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And thanks, Joe. Thank you, listeners, for listening. I hope you're not Joe Rogan'd out after the week. I love talking about Rogan, so this has been fun for me.
Yeah.
Thanks, Shane, for coming over. Appreciate
Absolutely.
it. And we'll be back at you again next week.
Sounds good. Take it easy.
Joe Rogan's unique perspective is teaching us all how to best live, and we will attempt to recap all of his weekly podcasts. Now show your support and download the Rogan Report. The Rogan